Imagine stepping into a room filled with influential people, and you find yourself in a conversation that could change your life. Let that sink in for a moment. A conversation, a simple exchange of words, has the power to open doors, to forge relationships, to spark change. It's one of those everyday things we often take for granted, yet its impact on our lives is immeasurable. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, we engage in countless conversations. From the friendly chit-chat with our local barista to the nerve-wracking job interview with a potential employer, each conversation holds its own significance, its own potential. Think about it. How many times have you walked away from a conversation feeling energized, inspired, or enlightened? Or conversely, how many times have you felt drained, misunderstood, or disappointed? It's not just about what we say, but how we say it. The art of conversation is a powerful tool, and mastering this tool can lead to both personal and professional triumphs. Imagine acing that job interview because you were able to articulate your skills and experiences in a way that resonated with the hiring manager. Imagine winning that business pitch because you could connect with your audience and convey your ideas clearly and convincingly. Imagine making a lasting impression at a social gathering because you were able to engage in meaningful and interesting dialogues. But let's be clear, winning a conversation isn't about dominating the discussion or having the last word. It's not about proving you're the smartest person in the room or that your opinions are the only ones that count. No, winning a conversation is much more nuanced than that. It's about understanding the person you're speaking with, about connecting on a deeper level. It's about exchanging ideas, sharing experiences, learning from each other. It's about creating a space where both parties feel heard, valued, and respected. Winning a conversation is not about overpowering the other person, but about understanding, connecting, and creating a meaningful exchange. To win a conversation first, you need to master the art of listening. This isn't about merely hearing words, it's about understanding the emotions, the undercurrents, and the unspoken messages. By doing so, you're not just passively receiving information, but actively engaging with it, hence the term active listening. Active listening isn't a passive act. It's a deliberate choice to immerse yourself in the speaker's world, to show genuine interest in their thoughts and feelings, to put yourself in their shoes. It's a powerful tool that can shift the balance of any conversation in your favor. Why, you ask? Because when people feel heard, they feel valued. They're more likely to open up, to share, to connect. And in doing so, they give you a wealth of information, insights, and opportunities to steer the conversation in your favor. When you listen actively, you not only understand the other person better, but also make them feel valued. Questions are the lifeblood of any conversation. They're not just tools for seeking information, they are the compass that guides the dialogue, the rudder that steers the ship of discourse. Consider open-ended questions. They're like keys that unlock the doors to people's thoughts and feelings. Instead of a simple yes or no, they invite detailed responses, encouraging the other person to share more about their perspective. This not only enriches your understanding, but also shows your genuine interest, making the conversation more engaging and meaningful. Insightful questions, on the other hand, can be likened to a miner's pickaxe, digging deeper into the layers of a conversation. They help you uncover the hidden gems of knowledge and wisdom often buried beneath the surface of casual chatter. Remember, the power of questions lies not just in their ability to gather information, but also in their potential to shape the conversation. The right question at the right time can turn the tide of any conversation in your favor. Communication is not just about words, it's also about the signals you send without uttering a word. Imagine you're in a conversation and the words are flowing smoothly, yet something feels off. That's likely because our communication extends beyond the spoken word. It's a symphony of body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions, all playing a crucial role in how our message is received and perceived. Let's start with body language. Our posture, gestures, and movements can speak volumes about our feelings and intentions. A relaxed posture can show that you're open and receptive, while crossed arms might indicate defensiveness. Similarly, a nod can show agreement or understanding, while averted eyes might suggest discomfort or evasion. Next, consider the tone of voice. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. A warm, friendly tone can put others at ease, while a harsh, aggressive tone can put them on the defensive. Even the speed of your speech can have an impact. Speaking too fast might make you seem anxious or impatient, while speaking too slowly might suggest a lack of confidence or enthusiasm. Lastly, let's not forget facial expressions, those subtle shifts of the face that can betray our true feelings. A genuine smile can convey warmth and friendliness, while a furrowed brow might indicate confusion or skepticism. Even the smallest twitch of an eyebrow or a slight squint of the eyes can communicate volumes. All these nonverbal cues combine to create a powerful undercurrent of communication. They can reinforce your words, contradict them, or even convey a message all on their own. And here's the kicker. We often send these signals unconsciously, and people pick them up subconsciously. So the next time you're in a conversation, remember to pay attention to these nonverbal cues. Watch your body language, listen to your tone, and be aware of your facial expressions, because they can influence how others perceive you and the conversation. Your nonverbal cues can make or break your conversation, so pay attention to them. Scene script. Persuasion is the key to winning any conversation. Let's dive into the core principles of persuasion, the secret weapon that can unlock the power of influence in any conversation. First off, we have reciprocity. This principle is based on the fact that we inherently want to return the favor when someone does something for us. In conversation, you can leverage this by helping the other person first, thus creating a sense of obligation that can lead to favorable outcomes. Next, we have scarcity. This principle plays on the idea that people value things more when they are rare or hard to come by. During a conversation, you can create a sense of urgency or exclusivity to make your proposition more appealing. Authority, the third principle, is all about the influence of the person who has greater knowledge or experience. You can establish your authority in a conversation by demonstrating your expertise or experience in the subject matter. Consistency is our fourth principle. People like to be consistent with their previous actions. Hence, you can use this principle by reminding the other person of their past decisions or commitments that align with what you're proposing. Liking, the fifth principle, is as simple as it sounds. We're more likely to be persuaded by people we like. Building rapport, finding common ground, and showing genuine interest in the other person can greatly increase your likability and influence in a conversation. Finally, we have consensus. This principle relies on the idea that we often look to others for guidance, especially when we're unsure. In a conversation, showing how others have made similar choices or decisions can help sway the other person in your favor. Each of these principles, when used effectively, can significantly increase your persuasive power. The key is to understand the other person, adapt your approach based on the situation, and employ these principles tactfully. Remember, persuasion is not about manipulation. It's about influencing thought and inspiring action in a positive, mutually beneficial way. With the right persuasion techniques, you can turn any conversation in your favor. Winning a conversation is an art that anyone can master with the right techniques. As we've journeyed through the components of an impactful dialogue, we've unearthed some valuable insights. Let's take a moment to revisit these nuggets of wisdom. We began with understanding the true power of conversation. Conversation is not merely an exchange of words, but a bridge that connects minds. It's a tool that can foster understanding, build relationships, and even change the course of history. Then, we moved on to the art of listening, something often overlooked in our quest to have our own voices heard. Active listening is a crucial part of communication. It's about truly hearing and understanding the other person's perspective. Remember, when you listen, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, you're absorbing, processing, and empathizing. Next, we explored the power of questions. Asking the right questions can guide the flow of a conversation, stimulate thought, and uncover hidden truths. Questions are a catalyst for deeper understanding and a gateway to meaningful conversations. We then delved into the realm of non-verbal communication. Our body language, facial expressions and tone of voice often speak louder than our words. They convey our emotions and attitudes, adding depth and authenticity to our words. And finally, we touched on the power of persuasion. Persuasion isn't about manipulation. It's about presenting your ideas in a compelling way that resonates with others. It's about influencing, not controlling. As we wrap up, let's remind ourselves that the art of conversation is a skill that requires practice. Implement these techniques into your daily interactions. Listen actively, ask insightful questions, be aware of your non-verbal cues, and present your ideas persuasively. Remember, the goal of a conversation is not just to win, but to create a meaningful exchange. So go out there and make every conversation count.